Yo, this is Christian, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the most important skill a programmer can have. And this idea came to me after I spoke with a student. He's a finance guy, he's doing some stuff in finance. And the thing is with people that are working in finance is that they are trained to see patterns. And another thing that inspired me to make this video was watching a movie on Netflix called A Beautiful Mind or something like that. And it was about this professor that was like a maths genius, right? He was a maths genius and he was able to spot patterns. For example, he was looking at pigeons fighting for food and he was able to identify patterns over there. He was also looking at 5 girls and when he was with his mates, and he was trying to predict what are the chances of him getting with the hottest girl based on some maths calculation, you know? So it was pretty interesting how he came up with all those things. And today I want to break down this idea and talk about how this will apply to you as becoming a programmer, how this will apply to you when it comes to becoming a well-paid programmer, a programmer that has options and a programmer that can open a lot of doors with your skills, right? Because that's what we are all about, getting as good as possible so we can persuade people to give us money for our skills and talents. So let's get into this. Patterns. What are patterns and why are so important? Well, most people have a problem. They try to put programming outside of the real world, but one of the intro lessons that I do with complete beginners is that I'm trying to show them that the real world is actually programmed. Okay, the real world is programmed, and I want to show them how programming principles are applied to the real world. Okay, that's one important thing to realize. Programming and the real world is the same. The only problem that we have is that we cannot see how those functions or those if statements, those loops are applied to the real world. But if you look around, you'll start to see that each year we have a summer, each year we have a winter, and so on and so forth. We have 7 days in a week, and everything kind of repeats itself, right? Everything is kind of built on these patterns. And when it comes to front-end development, there are specific patterns that you have to learn, and most of them are related to objects, most of them are related to arrays, strings, numbers, etc., etc. And once you are able to understand those patterns, you'll be able to become creative. The biggest issue that I see with like beginners that are trying to get into the field is that they are trying to be creative, while instead of doing that, which is gonna literally hurt you, you have to understand the patterns, and you have to understand the patterns from different angles. And the problem with bootcamps or the problem with most courses is that they show you one pattern or one way of doing it, and then you think you know. Okay, that's the biggest issue. You think you know. But the real knowledge comes when you have to identify the same pattern, but when you have it from different angles that you don't even expect that to be that pattern that you are supposed to be looking for. Okay, so if there is anything that you can take from this video, is that you have to start identifying patterns, okay? And if you start identifying patterns, you'll be able to start seeing patterns in your real life, right? Your habits, the way you are behaving when you wake up, the way you are behaving before you go to bed. How many hours of sleep do you get? How cranky do you feel in the morning? Do you hate your Mondays because of your terrible job? Those are patterns that are building on top of each other, and they are called habits, okay? But we are operating in patterns, and programming is a game of patterns. And if you start to understand the patterns, you'll become unstoppable as a developer, okay? This is kind of the rant that I have for today. It's very, very short, but I just had like a burst of inspiration. And you can join the free Facebook group. The link is in the description. And then if you watch the last live training that I've done in there, which is honestly, sometimes I'm thinking, why am I doing this for free, where I could be charging literally thousands? Because some of the people that are joining my program and they are in those live calls, which you can attend as well, pay thousands for a bootcamp, and they don't understand those patterns, okay? But those patterns will actually make a difference between you being stuck in your dead-end job and you getting out there and getting a job that pays you up to $120,000 a year. It's crazy, right? Understanding these patterns will make you really, really good. And that's the Facebook group, right? But I have one extra thing. By the end of this month, by the end of November, if you join my program, okay, and if you are experienced, you're either playing with React or you finished the bootcamp, then you can apply for a free consultation call, and then I'll give you a $5,000 guarantee that you will see drastic improvements in your coding in just a month. And if you don't see drastic improvements in your current skill set, then I'm gonna give you all your money back, and I'm gonna give you a $5,000 check for saying sorry that I have wasted your time. I do this because I literally have the best program out there. It's not perfect, but it is the best, and I do believe in it so much that I'm willing to risk my own money to show you how good I can get you in just a month. Most people make incredible results just after 3-5 days, and imagine how it is to work with me for 4, 5, 6 months. It's crazy. The system is built perfectly, all the way from learning React to building a sick portfolio. Literally no one has a portfolio better than my students. And then the last step is how to find people, how to DM them so you can get jobs from them. It's absolutely insane, and I'm offering you a guarantee of $5,000 that you will see crazy results with in just a month, in just a week actually, but I'm gonna give 1 month for yourself to see if this is the right thing. There's only one condition: you have to be already some experience, right? And you have to show up every day. If you miss up one day, the guarantee doesn't apply to you, because I want to work only with people that are determined, and I want to work with people that want crazy results really, really fast. Okay, so if that's you, apply for a free consultation call. The call is gonna be either with me or someone from my team. And don't forget to join the free Facebook group. There I go live every week, and I'm helping out people that are struggling with learning code. Anyway, so I hope you like this background. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.